drive, Peterson gets the completion.
Lakey Peterson.
I'm Lakey, and this is my life. We are going to La Jolla. We're meeting up with our friend Willie. We're gonna have a nice little beach day. It's November. It's gorgeous in California at the moment. We're going to Honolulu in 2 weeks, everybody. Woohoo! I'm sitting on I got all this stuff from my back, so I nearly hit the roof because I sit on this thing now when I drive. And then I got this back thing. I'm 26, like grandma style, but we gotta serve a contest in 2 weeks, so I gotta be feeling good. Sorry, I'm texting Willie, our friend. We're meeting at the coffee shop. Great little cute spot. With our beautiful friend Willie. Panikin coffee and tea in La Jolla. It's delicious. Now we're gonna go to the beach. Look at that, right? This is Willie's local joint. We're not gonna say the name of it. It's some joint in SoCal. What's your move?
Oh, the El Rolo.
He's gonna do an El Rolo.
Pardon?
I'm gonna do a couple backside turns. What are you gonna do?
I'm carving.
Tom's gonna do some carbs.
These little wedges.
Oh, we're on.
What do you think about this, Will? Get it! Get it! Get it!
Such a pretty day. We're on some weird little backwashy wedgy wave. Oh, there's kind of a left on the other side.
Who's winning the heat?
Well, I'm the only one with waves so far, so we'll see. Willie's looking deadly though. I'm only giving myself a 3.
I gave him a 3 for that one. He's got a 2. Lakes has got a 2 and a 1. Will's in the lead. I haven't got a wave yet.
Got hung up in the white water.
3.5.
Yeah, 3.5.
Will,
the left might be
Will's
better.
got you by 0.5 at the moment.
What are we doing? Spinaroo?
Now I think I hand it to you and I just go out and have my chance to beat the...
Tom, you're good in these sorts of ways. Watch, he's gonna get the set of the day right now.
The heat's up. Who won? With one wave? I don't know about that. I think Willie might have got it actually.
Good wave, this wave. Has a mind of its own. But it's epic. We had a great day. Look at Willie's gonna go on the
Will's about to go. Last wave.
Get it, get it, get it.
Oh!
It was a great day. That was beautiful out. Thanks, San Diego. Butternut squash soup for dinner. So, we have a butternut squash. We have a whole thing of white onion, 5 cloves of garlic, not cloves, and then cauliflower. I'm gonna roast those, but I'm gonna put the squash in first because it's gonna take a little bit longer. And I'm just gonna put this in. These normally take a while, about 350, 375, like 40 minutes, and see how that's looking, but it might be a little longer. And then I'm gonna roast those. I don't have enough little pans, so I'm just gonna put this thing in a cast iron for now. That's gonna have to do for now, but I'm not much of a chef. But I get by with the right, babe. All right, our squash is done. Our cauliflower and our onions in the oven still. I pulled the little garlics because they're done too. So we got a blender. I'm gonna chop this up, take the skin off, put that in the blender, put it in the blender with the garlic. I'm not gonna blend it quite yet. I'm gonna wait for the other veggies to finish. And then we'll finish it off and blend it all up and have a delicious soup. Ooh, we gotta get the seeds out. You know, this is how I'm gonna do it. My sister, who's the nutritionist, told me this is a really good meal just for your gut. Good gut health. Obviously here in the States it's winter time as well, so it's getting a bit colder, and soup is just nice to have as like a little wintry meal. But Tom's been having a bit of a problem with his gut lately, and mine's been feeling a little funky as well, my tummy. So this is hopefully going to be a really nice meal to just get it reset a little bit. Holy hotness. The blender. Okay, so everything's done roasting. We're not gonna blend it. I've just started putting squash in. I'm gonna put my 5 cloves of garlic. I'm gonna do the whole dang squash. White onion. Tom doesn't like onion at all, but I sneak it in here for him. He doesn't know what's in there. Okay, then this paleo powder, which I've been obsessed with lately. I'm gonna do a little bit of that. I'm gonna do a little bit of Himalayan sea salt. For our chicken bone broth, we use Kettle and Fire, and they're just a good quality bone broth, which is critical, no matter what you're buying. So okay, I'm gonna stop there. Blender could explode. I'm not gonna lie. It is full. We're ready. I'm not a chef, but I do know that this is a delicious, healthy, great meal, and give it a try. I forgot to mention you should add some sage in, and I didn't have it tonight, but if you also want to do coconut cream in that soup, is super good. Bon appetit. Hey guys, so the first question today is how to choose and gauge what surfboard dimensions that you should buy before going and getting it. Well, I think the first way to answer this question is understanding what kind of surfboard that you ride best, and then you can kind of gauge it off of that. If you want more volume, if you feel like you need more paddle power and more speed on a wave, you can add some thickness. If you feel like you want it to be looser, it's a little too boaty for you, you can go down in your volume. So understanding how you surf and what you want to surf like will help you choose the right board dimension. So when I pick up a board for the first time and I'm feeling it out, the way I kind of know it feels good or it's magic board is the main thing I'm feeling is the rails of the surfboard. And for me, I like kind of thicker, rounder, softer, more forgiving rails. Some people like more pinchy rails. Just depends again on your personality of surfing. But I'm just feeling the rails of it, I'm feeling the thickness of it, I'm kind of seeing the whole outline of the board and if it's what I'm looking for. Yeah, it's kind of like a traditional way for surfers to feel boards. It's like a little loose wobble. Feel out the rail. Next question is from Amy C. She asks if I get any nerves and how I deal with competing. And yes, I do get nerves. I think it's really normal to feel nervous before a competition. For anyone, the way you handle the nerves is kind of the main part of that. And so for me, I always try and focus on using the nerves in a good way to better my performance and not hinder my performance. So I think a lot of that is mental and training your mind to be able to kind of overcome nerves and negativity and settle it all down and just go surfing. The way I settle my nerves, I like to meditate quite a bit, and you can do that either 30 minutes in the morning or it can just be 2 breaths that I'm taking just before I paddle out for the heat. So there's a lot of different ways to do that, but I think any way to kind of settle your mind down and just relax and focus on your breathing and kind of simplify what you're trying to go out and achieve is the best way to deal with nerves. So In my head, my little saying is keep it simple, stupid. And it's true. It's just focusing on a really clear game plan of what I want to go out and achieve, perform and warm up well, and then that allows me the freedom to paddle out and go surfing. Worst case scenario is you lose, and if you lose, that's always the best way to learn and move forward and become better from it. So it's not a big deal if you lose as long as you're learning from it. Martin Landa asked the next question, if I am gluten-free or 50-50 is okay, and if it's just good quality bread, if I still will eat that. To answer your question, I try and be mostly gluten-free, to be totally honest. I don't really have it much in my diet. That being said, I think there's times where a nice organic loaf of sourdough that's baked with great ingredients is totally okay to have a slice of. And I also love pizza, so on cheat days, I'll have that. Okay, so the last question is from Surf Engine app, and they asked me, how did I prepare to go surf Chopu? And other than Chopu, what's the slabbiest wave I've ever surfed? To prepare to go surf Chopu, I just ordered the right boards, and I think equipment is really important for that type of wave. And so I was really good about having the right boards under my feet, which did make a really big difference. And also watched a lot of footage. And the slabbiest wave I've surfed other than Chopu is a wave I cannot tell you the name of. But it is in Australia, close to where my husband's from, and I did spend a lot of time there at the beginning of this year before going to Chopu, so I think that probably helped me out. So the boards for Chopu, what I did to it is I added more volume overall on the board, and I put more of the foam in the surfboard in the front top of it. So that gave me the ability to sit on the water a little bit higher because the foam was under my chest and get into a wave quicker, like more paddle power, which for a wave like Chopu or anything slabby is what you need to get in and down the face quickly. I'm definitely not no slab expert, that being said, so that might be a better question for Jamie O'Brien or someone of that nature.